So
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was getting written out.
Beryl, you get nothing, no story. This
Right.
doesn't focus on you at all.
Okay, bye. No, I'm not. I almost left the call, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
In all honesty, I came up with all this with the idea that, somebody would be all like, hey, we should join together. It never occurred to me that it's entirely on them to just completely forget about you. Hopefully they won't do that.
we did it. Me and Jacob were talking about getting the four of us together.
I was hoping they were gonna move it over to the bar afterwards, but
so, well, honestly, yeah, they're in now. We have a bit of a crossroads. You guys basically have you have a bit of a branching path option here.
If I can interject, I'd like to, I guess, continue the role playing of like, I've talked to Rat. We're at the Waffle House. We ate. I'm in my car. I would think that Jacob's the first thing he's gonna do is call Jeb. Like, hey man, tell him what just happened. Like, let's go to the pickaxe. Let's get Beryl. And then the three of us will go talk to Peter like we originally planned. That if all of us go together, Peter might not shirk off because he might realize that it's important if the three of us are showing up. That's a theory. He might run away in terror, but
throw his groceries up in the air and run away shrieking.
I mean, that's the best I've got right now. But
I like that because for me and Jacob's conversation, it sets it up that like, all right, well, one said he's going to buy me a beer, and then two, we already talked about like getting us together, and so the conversation with the Rat is like, this is obviously abnormal, so I feel like this is a good time to go.
Okay, so we'll say you guys pull into the pickaxe parking lot, hop out. Beryl, you see them. It's just about your lunch break, pretty much.
Okay.
And you kind of make eye contact with Destiny, and yeah. So what do?
Okay, yeah.
That's not a metaphor. I'm talking like Destiny, like at the beginning of that last.
Yeah, she's my coworker. That was the.
She looked Destiny in the face.
Yeah.
Me and I purposely pick like one of the smaller booths that's under one of the large screen televisions because I realize that'll help drown out some of the noise of our conversation a little bit.
All right. Yeah. So I'll go over like to ostensibly take their order, but then I can also like be like, yo, what up? How's it going, guys?
I want to ask you, how have you been doing?
I mean, you saw what I wrote in the text thread. Like, not great. Pretty just sleeping real shit. Also wondering if we just have monsters here. So yeah. I mean, other than that, great. But
aside from the text, I guess the first thing I'd be curious of is, have you spoken personally to Peter or seen Peter at all since this happened?
There was one time that I came into shift and he was off in the corner like usually, and then as soon as I came in, he just dropped his drink and left. Yeah. and it was real wild because I mean usually he
was doing the Kermit the Frog like
very Muppet arms.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like in the event that the way, if you guys have watched the recordings, like it'll bounce around to whoever's been talking and stuff. If it doesn't show me what I just did, I literally just went, "Oh man."
Yeah. So that was the last time I saw him. He hasn't been in, or at least hasn't been in during my shift since. So sounds like he's kind of avoiding shit, and I know he's been in the little group chat, but then he just listed up his shopping list, right?
I mean, me and Jeb were sharing our own stories. Like we've basically kind of bumped into him or saw him, and he has very purposely shown that he was not interested in talking to us or being around us. So, few things. One, we think the three of us should try to go to his museum.
Okay.
As weird as it sounds, that maybe with the three of us showing up together, he might actually want to talk.
Okay.
Just kind of, touch base with him. And here comes the bad news, which I have to deliver. Talked with one of my clients who I can't name. You remember news weeks ago about that incident that happened at the elementary school?
The hand.
Okay, yeah, I knew there was a body part that was found. That's really all I knew. So
there's something to it other than just a hand being down there. So this day started out with us trying to reconnect and check on each other to the fact that we might need to reconnect and put our heads together again, sadly.
Okay. Give me a few minutes. Can I get your order? Right. And then and I got it out, and then I can go on shift and we can actually coordinate and figure this out.
Give me a Sierra Nevada narwhal.
And I'll take a Belliner Weesey. Belliner Weesey.
He'll have a vice.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. 2 shakes, and then I'm going to go to lunch. We can have an actual chit chat. So
you go to the back, and Destiny, she comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, I wasn't listening in or anything, but I'm an empath. I can kind of pick up on a lot of things."
Okay. Yeah. Go on.
You kind of get the feeling she doesn't actually know what empath means. But she goes, but she does ask, "You okay?" I know we haven't really talked about it much at work or anything, but we all know what happened a couple of weeks ago with the murders at your apartment.
It was, well, you're never going to be 100% okay when something like that happens in the place where you live and you can't really afford to move. And I guess it's nice that now the rent is cheaper, but yeah, it's not been easy. I don't know what you want me to say, man. People got fucking killed at the place where I live, and now I just get to be there and be like, oh yeah, that guy, I remember seeing him, and then there was crazy shit scrawled inside his apartment. So,
well, just I'm not going to be here much longer. I'll probably be leaving about the middle of February, going over to Germany. Just know that we got your back over here, and if you, and she looks over at the group of guys that you were talking to, if you need to take an extended lunch break, I don't think the boss man's going to have much of an issue with it either. And if he does, he can deal.
Okay, well thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, because I got some stuff I got to handle. These guys live at my apartment, the same building there, so we're all kind of in the, yeah, it's been kind of a rough couple months, and but
she cuts you off and goes, "Hey Teddy," and you hear from the back, "Yeah." She says, "You remember that thing we were talking about with Beryl?" And you hear, "Yeah." And he said, and then she says, "She's taking the rest of the day off." And he goes, "I got you." She's like, "Don't worry about it. We'll cover you."
Thank you, lady. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me de-apron, but get their beers just so they can. Okay, I'm good to go. So after we do this, I could drive us over to the Skunk Ape Museum. Or wait, what time of day is it right now?
I'd say it's probably one.
You don't want to be at the Skunk Ape Migration when darkness.
That Whataburger rapper.
That's when I turn on the animatronics.
It's a small world after all.
I was thinking more Five Nights at Freddy's, but okay.
Oh, that too.
Why not both? All right, do continue.
Okay. Yeah. So I can. But okay. What time of day is it though?
Because it's
track of time.
It's like it's like 5 p.m.
Okay.
Do we carpool?
Y'all are about to have some stout beers here, so I can drive. How late does this fucking Skunk Ape thing stay open?
It's a museum, madam.
You're not there, sir.
I'm not gonna speak for Peter, but I would imagine like most establishments like that, they're probably gonna close at around like 6 or 7 p.m. And I mean, like it's not like out in the freaking sticks or anything, and it's a small enough town. Like even out in the sticks, it's easy enough to get to.
It's on the edge of town.
Okay.
Well, I'd say at worst we might, if we catch him when he's closing up, then he'll be outside and have no place to run.
Yeah.
He's locked himself out of his own museum.
Yeah,
chasing him through the woods. You can't run forever.
Take
God.
a machete.
Okay, all right. So we get there, right?
So if the scene's transitioning to the Skunk Ape migration, I want it to focus in on Peter, who is now like brushing the teeth of the Sasquatch that he put the Christmas hat on.
So, real quick, what does the exterior of the Skunk Ape migration look like?
All right, so this building started out as the supper club of the town back in the 1940s, and since then has been a mechanics storage garage. Twice it's been a bar, and then one weirdly and strangely, just no one can figure out why, it became an optometrist's. But since I took it over, it had been a bar for the second time. I have hollowed it out to the point where it has 5 different sections of cryptozoology kind of things to look at, plus my little library in the back. But the outside, it has basically a large wooden kind of Sasquatch skunk ape that's giving like a thumbs up over the sign that
Buddy
says
Cry style.
Skunk Ape migration this way.
Oh my god.
And along the road, there are various standing cutouts that are like in black and white, but they're all pointing like they're wanting to get picked up, like hitchhiker style, towards the museum.
I was really hoping some of them would have like an automated like hand thumb on them. They're like,
well, originally the dream, the thumbs up, the main one kind of be moving, but the money hasn't really come in.
oh, okay, that's the next upgrade.
Wow. This is
Yeah,
Okay, so
just diligently in there scrubbing the teeth.
So yeah, and it should be said that Frank he's headed back his way, back to his homestead.
Okay.
But he did leave you his number, in case you're interested. But yeah, your crew rolls in deep. You hear him blaring on the horn. Rap music's playing. No, you guys pull in. Following the hitchhiking skunk apes. The parking lot is empty except for Peter's. What does Peter drive?
It's an old Jeep Cherokee.
Okay, yeah, except for Peter's old Jeep Cherokee. Yeah. Lights are still on though.
looks good. Let's fucking do this.
He's still
Looks
here.
like he's still in there.
Well, let's go in.
Yeah.
So just
Walk in and see Peter scrubbing the teeth of Sasquatch.
hearing that
Chase,
door
take
going.
the door open.
So,
What? Is that what it says?
Hello. Entrance is $7 per per. Hello.
Do we need to shell out
friend.
$7?
I didn't realize you're a dental hygienist as well. And I jabbed Jacob in the ribs.
The teeth, they can get dusty, and you need the model to look its best. So what are y'all doing here? It's a little late for a tour.
Well, Peter, we're here because each and every one of us has seen you in the past couple weeks, and it seems we all share a common bond that when you see us, you split. So we want to come here together and check on you and see how you've been doing. We've had you in the text chat, but haven't been able to talk to you face to face.
I apologize about that. For anyone curious, Amazon still won't let me return Bassette's Halloween costume.
Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. Well, you did sort of tentatively put out an invite, so I mean, you can't be that surprised that we're here, right?
No.
Or maybe you just thought we were going to come one at a time.
Yeah. I thought maybe it would just be one of you, but hello.
Yeah, we're all about that efficiency, Peter. 3 and 1, right?
Yep. So it seems. Look, guys, I apologize. I realize I'm not the best in social situations, and not to be too much of a quoter, but you all met me at a strange time. That being said, if we need to talk or if y'all need help, I'm here.
Well, we've got something, I guess, to tell you about, but just starting from the get-go, have you been hearing of any strange occurrences happening in the area?
As a matter of fact, it's really interesting that you would come and ask me that. And he goes behind and pulls out the same journal that he had. Jeb, your father was in not about 2 hours ago. It seems like there has been a skunk ape sighting.
The hell?
Sighting.
Yes, a skunk ape sighting.
That's what my father told you.
Yes. A gentleman.
I don't quite like him.
See, I'd always heard that they weren't actually indigenous to this area, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose.
Jeb, it occurs to you that that doesn't exactly sound like something your father would say.
Yeah, I was like, that's not quite.
You see, Beryl, I have spent many years tracking the skunk apes, and while they left the swamps of Florida, they came to the mountains before the settlers came. There's an entire book written if you want to go read it. It's very fascinating. But in fact, the skunk apes do live in the mountains.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Let me see.
Why not, I guess.
Jeb, your father told me a gentleman by the name of Glenn. Some kind of mechanic hunter. I wasn't really paying attention. But
yeah, Glenn the welder.
Oh yes, that's right, a welder.
Yeah, best in town.
I'm sure he's excellent. Glenn,
you know that Jeb, Frank and Glenn, they're very old. They're pretty old buddies. You think they might have met back in the Army. But yeah, they've known it like it. You've known Glenn since you were a kid.
What's his last name?
Galloway.
No, that's right.
But this Glenn gentleman not only had an encounter with a skunk ape, but you're all going to laugh. This is actually quite funny. He claims that the skunk ape was carrying a gun.
Is that not common to happen?
Scarier to me, actually, than funny.
Well, they have an opposable thumb, right? Why can't they carry a gun?
I mean, and Peter points at the back wall behind his counter where a very creepy-looking Harry and the Hendersons movie poster of just like some sad eyes.
Oh, God, no.
And it's like, if you've seen this phenomenal film from this poster behind me, the skunk ape is a gentle creature. It's the skunk ape only wants to understand and spread.
Peter.
It's a documentary.
Peter. You realize that's a movie, right?
Well, but you see, the writers, they had a good insight on skunk ape kind of. This is how this movie was really well written. I suggest you watch it at some point, but the point is...
I'll put it on my queue.
Yes, please. A skunk ape is not harmful. They're peaceful creatures. So,
humans are mostly peaceful creatures, but some of them are real fuckheads. So I have to assume if there's enough skunk ape that some of them are probably jackasses who wield guns also. So
some of them got a strap. Why not?
Yeah, why not, man? I mean,
you're allowed to believe what you like, Miss Beryl. Again, my library is always open to you, but I can't find any documented institutions.
Large numbers, man. Like, there really as many as you say. Like, they can't all be peaceful. Like, even fucking Vulcans have like evil assholes. So,
to be devil's advocate, and I can't believe I'm asking this. In your expertise, how would we even go about investigating this claim? Like, where did this incident even happen?
Come with me to my office.
Okay.
I hope you all do.
Yes.
I follow.
you notice the map of the town with the zigzags and
So you see
a very weird drawing of a deer man.
But on the map, so you see I have 2 pins here. And forgive me, Chase, what did I make up the name of this place to be?
Margot's Ridge. And
Margot's Ridge, thank you.
Yeah, Margot's Ridge, specifically Boxcar Mountain there.
So Margot's Ridge is the home of Boxcar Mountain. And this one pin, this red pin, red stands for pterodactyl.
Sorry, what?
Yes, well, Miss Cummings.
Pterodactyl?
Yes, Miss Cummings, while she was hiking, claimed that a pterodactyl came and tried to get her tiny dog. Now, I was dubious about this, but she did come to me, and I've not been able to get out in the area to inspect for pterodactyls. But you also see this black pin represents the skunk ape. Now, Boxcar Mountain, if you notice, most of my black pins are up here, more to the northwest. I've never known there to be a lot of activity at Boxcar Mountain, but I also don't believe this is a skunk ape. As I told you, they're gentle in nature. They want to be your friend.
Well,
hung out with them a lot? Like, did you go out and, like, meet these fuckers or what? Like, how do you know all this stuff about